See Rusty's No Man's Sky connection. We're going to stream a little bit of No Man's Sky this morning. Maybe do a Quicksilver weekend mission and have a little good time. I am Rusty. You are watching Rusty's No Man's Sky connection. It's a channel on YouTube or Twitch Rusty0102. Twitch.tv/Rusty0102. We'll get you to the channel as well. This should be on. That should have changed other things. It looks like it did. Just noticing one of my systems was casting a shadow upon my game screen, which it shouldn't be doing. I still got some setup work to do on the cameras and stuff. The camera currently is obstructing just a little bit of the screen, so I'm going to miss some of that stuff. I've got a chat screen now much closer to my line of sight, so I should see when people leave me messages. Feel free to chat with me, talk to me, etc. And yes, as I'm looking at the screen right now, I see that the output says I've got 0 watchers on Twitch and 0 watchers on YouTube. That's fine. Who knows? Maybe somebody will see this and decide to catch up later. All right. Okay. We were looking for graves. And there's also, I believe, one more life form to find on this planet. And it's ground as opposed to underground. So it's a rare underground life form. No, it's not. There's not just one, there's 3 more. Uncommon ground, rare ground, and uncommon underground. These are the tough ones in my experience. So let's upload everything, maybe pick up a few nanites. 19 nanites to score. All right. Did not see the grave site I was looking for on my ground. So let's wander a bit further. Again, we're just looking for rings to land in. Awesome. It can be anything from trading posts to minor settlements to factories, manufacturing facilities, or the upper end of that, the operation centers. Can be the transmission towers like we were just at. I think there's another one. The places where we can find out about crashed starships and places where we can find out about ancient artifact sites. All of those can provide us with landing rings that we can land at. Occasionally we find them as strays, but it's really rare. Sometimes flying at night they're visible, but it looks like, at least on this planet, or maybe with the latest update, they've changed the format for the rendering so that now we actually have to be pretty close to them and kind of trigger the algorithms. All right. Now, many a time I've been to a trading post, scanned around, and off in the distance there was a grave. But I'm not seeing one here. And we've got no buildings to scavenge. There's one of our creatures. That was our underground. So we've got 2 more ground creatures to find. What's wrong? There's a building right here. A shelter right here. And not worth holding on to. Got our inventory. It's this, this, and this, and get ourselves one of these. This switched from night to day, so sometimes creatures just come out at the turnover point. Maybe I missed it, or maybe they were someplace not where I'm at. This looks like an operations center, but it might just be a observation post. Easiest way to find out is to look up to this door, and if it says it's got a If it says it's in a reinforced door like that. Open the door. Sentinels look around for us for a bit. Come over to this terminal here. Say hi. Large. Drop pod. Let's go with freighter. Cyclotron module. Alright. And yes, there are resources you can collect in the middle. What I'm looking for is not one of these. So this is handy. This is handy. This is what I was looking for. And sometimes it's useful. Not so much for the way I play, but sometimes you can use that. You're nigh on the cusp of passing away. Dude, what are you doing? Come on. Really? All right. Example, hey, dude. And I'm probably missing another bit on that elusive last couple of land creatures. Possibly the ones that only come out during storms. Since the storm is cleared, not going to come out. Yeah, not what I was thinking it was. For some strange reason, I thought that might have been damaged machinery. It isn't, so... There we go. Been having issues with sound from the game lately. And now you should be able to hear it. As well as me. Or is it as well as I? Since I as well. Okay, that means that there is somewhere nearby very probably trading post. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing them circling. This'll do, though. Alrighty, dude. I'll need a few of those components. As many of these as I can get from one. Well, okay, that's as many as I can get, I guess. And one, we need two. We also need quantum computer, solar mirror, which times 3. Okay. Now, quantum computers are a little different. Let's put this over here too. So for quantum computers, we need antimatter and microprocessors. Processors need 3 of these. I need 3 microprocessors. Need 3 antimatter. That gives me 3 of these, which allows me to complete all of that except for it needs 5 wiring. I've got 1. Not seeing much of anything I'm looking for here. Dots, no. Okay, well, in that case, let's carry on with our exploration. Yeah, it's another one of the places where I can find landing rings. You know, yeah, I'm gonna land over here. Let's not spend too much time looking for a minor settlement. It's part of our options. Well, there's one of them. Takes them a few moments to recycle, so let them recycle. No, okay, not that direction, so maybe the other way. All right. One left, and it is mostly nocturnal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, getting that to be recognized. Hello, welcome. How are you doing this morning? John Dave. Okay. I'm not going to swap up that one. Oh, where's the... Gotta get insulted, right? Yeah. That takes care of one of them. I just need one more after this. Let's give him some ferrite or some magnetized ferrite. Ah, apparently that's not an option now. Hmm. Hey, dude, what do you got? Hmm.
Product received. Product received. Product received.
Right.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Okay. It is nocturnal time, so time for that last creature to show itself, eh? repair it. I have to pay out 1,000,000 units for it. 1,160,000 units. I think so. Because then I'd have to go through and come up with some more of that stuff. Alright, so I need some of that.
Product received.
Oh, that's good.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
I do. Looking for one of these. Yep. You got 4? Imagine that. Dude, you got a project for me or something? Welcome, thank you. How are things going for you? Yeah, well, he's got a mission for me. Well, I just finished an 8-hour shift of work and hopefully started something on Twitter. We'll see. And I'm playing No Man's Sky, so things are not going all that badly at the moment. Other than finding this one last life form. Let's see. Fix this up. It now needs some pyrite, some phosphorus and ammonia. That's three. This game? Yep. How long have I been playing this game? Over 3 years. I bought a PS4 because I'd heard that good things about the game and enjoyed playing on the PS4. It was actually a PS4 Pro. Very nice machine. I still have it and still play on it from time to time, not often. Because I wanted to be able to continue playing on the road, or when I went to conventions or whatever. I picked up a second PS4, and I actually play on that now more than I do on my PS4 Pro, because it's up here next to my work computer in my work and play space, whereas the PS4 Pro is down in the living room. And then I picked up a what was it, Asus gaming laptop that I started playing via Steam, which is what I'm doing right now. And had somewhere along the line, even before that, I started streaming to Twitch and or YouTube, and I've got about 2,500 hours of streaming in on Twitch, or on Twitch.tv, and something like that on YouTube. YouTube's been more of a problem. So all told, I've got about 3,000 hours of playing No Man's Sky in the past 3 years, so I would have to say I kind of like the game. All right. So, guy wants me to come back. Now, let's collect a couple of things here. see if our mostly nocturnal guy will show up here, because we're not at most refined space. All right, back to the guy who wanted me to go on this potentially deadly mission. Met 40 aliens in this save. Yep. I ended up, I have to admit that I did not have a great experience when I was playing in the PS4 with network mode turned on. There have been a few players along the way who would gift me very nice stuff as I'm playing, but there have also been players who, well, for example, I just was out on that mission to collect that, or to find that person, and or I've been on missions like that where when I get to the destination, somebody who's decided to tag along with me basically goes through and scavenges all of the collectibles, and I'm stuck with getting nothing for it. And there's been a couple of them where it's not just collectibles, it's stuff like the mission steps that I'm supposed to be going through. Can't be done because whoever it was that was with me went and logged or did the base computer stuff on it, or whatever the computer, the minor terminal, and that basically broke the minor terminal for that step of the practice. So I kind of swore off on multiplayer, and I tend to play solo only. There's possibilities that will change, but honestly, I've had good fortune at it, so I don't fight with it too much. In fact, there was one of those situations where I was, we were on an anomalous planet, and I was trying to get or find the rings and go through the lore with them. And the planet not only was anomalous, but it was a aggressive Sentinel planet. And somebody decided that they wanted to turn it into a Sentinel battle around me, and I'm going, I wasn't trying to get into a Sentinel battle. Alright, well, another night is done. The sun is rising we're in the southwest. On this planet, at least. I've trimmed mine a few times, and it's almost ready to be trimmed again. Anytime I can run a brush through it and get positive effect, it's probably too long. Not really, but I've had beards down or hanging down to my chest and gone completely bald at times. Well, okay, bald with a goatee. Few people have pointed out that I look a little bit better bald with a goatee than I would completely bald, because it would look kind of strange, they've pointed out. I'm like, okay, I'm good with that too. Sure. Um, give. I'm not sure how to pull that up within the game. Um, Let me think on that a moment, unless you've got a way you can do that. Ah, that should be under options. Network. And yeah. Okay. Believe on Steam I'm Rusty01101. Give that a try. More words to learn. Yay! You heard about the guy that when the game was brand new and they hadn't figured out how to activate the major portals, one of the players found one of those balls in the neighborhood of a portal and went and rolled it all the way into the center of the portal to see if that would do anything. Just kind of pushing it along. Um, hmm. Let me see if I can bring up Steam on my other computer here. My friend code 101 319 9828. I should probably learn if there's a way to add my Steam chat to Resteam chat. It's not something I've tried doing before, so. But I'm adding a bunch of other stuff to my OBS, so. Just this morning, I added the Discord badge for the chat that my group chat ends up at when I'm streaming. But I don't do live voice chat on Discord, so. I might change that if we come up with a good reason to. Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can enter yours. Okay, you should have an invite coming back, or coming to you. Yep. Like I said, there should be. I just sent a invite via entering your code, and it looked like it was identifying you. So, do we find a starship here or a freighter? Well, we find a guy who might be looking to park with a multi-tool. Nope. He's going to offer me some options for multi-tool upgrades and stuff. Scanner module, A class. Alrighty. C class, actually. Alright. What have we got? An unanswered distress call seems to be logged on the transmission tower operations terminal. No one is thought to respond. Its encrypted frequency sequence flickers desperately on the screen. Whatever hope the sender once had of rescue has long since died. If I can work out what's next in the code, I can at least find out what happened to them and where they can be found. 153759. Okay. So, this looks like it's an alternate add 4 minus 2. So I'm going to go with the next option here is 7. Trust coordinate, signal coordinates located. Freighter crash site. Oh, freighters are nice. Still no grave sites. Now let's refresh that.
Technology recharge.
That up there. Yeah, I don't know what the turnaround time is on notification or notices. Let's move that there. It's here. That broke that. Let's get rid of the B. This back. This back. Backpacks, read again. Oh. Yeah, this is the or one of the rewards for completing the first expedition. And even though this save isn't from the first expedition, it's from the second, actually it's from the reload second expedition. The backpack is available once you've completed the expedition to all of your saves. Just like once you've bought something from the Quicksilver synthesis companion, the that element or item can be collected in any of your saves. It's available, as opposed to having to be paid for again. So if I... Okay. Ah, there it is. It's a... game that kind of grows on you, I think. Or you like it right from the get-go. All right, let's see what kind of lore we get here. Mayday event, distress signal broadcast. Read log. I heard the rumors, the so-called traveler anomalies, beings of varied appearance and purpose. Their ship approached, our weapons primed. The one before us begged for peace. They appeared to be biomechanical, at least in part. We struck them from the sky. Probes recovered the body, fragments of DNA and code. The two are almost interchangeable, my researchers tell me. I must confess to a great deal of excitement, but this is our duty. We must understand what is happening to our worlds. Visuals confirm that the same individual we shot down 2 weeks ago is standing right before us again. These beings are somehow restored upon death, just as the Emperor suggested. Well then, an opportunity to retrieve more samples. I order their death once more. Yeah, I've never been that interested in Fortnite. It falls into the category of first-person shooters that I'm not a big fan of. I honestly, if I'm not opposed to people playing it, just I'm not a big fan of it myself. All right. I don't have the reflexes anymore. And you do need reflexes for those games. Okay, that should be more than enough for this. Put that back here. Hey, another multi-tool slot. I mean, I used to play Doom and loved it. Granted, it was another one of those games I played pretty much on my own, but Wolfenstein 3D, Doom. Quake, however, was where I had to stop. Besides the not having the reflexes, I kind of like to actually see what's happening around me. And they decided they wanted to make that game a dark as night. Pretty much everywhere. Which meant it wasn't for me. But yeah, the first versions of Doom worked. I actually liked Descent. If you have a good mouse or trackball. one of the things I kind of liked about those games was that they didn't. Yes, they were graphical games, but they didn't require high-end graphics cards at the time, mostly because there weren't any. There it is.
Technology prepared.
That's not the right direction. That's the right direction. One of the things I lived in Minneapolis, or in the Minneapolis area, Twin Cities of Minnesota, and one of the things I really wanted to do was to get good at level design and then replicate the floor plan of the Mall of America, and maybe put in the various creatures at the places where it made sense for them to be. But I never got as in depth into that as I would have liked to, so on the other hand, it's entirely possible there is a Doom map for the Mall of America with everything that I was looking at putting into it. All right, bunch of pilots.
Yeah.
Probably the main reason I was interested in doing it was that I had played just enough D&D to be curious about mapping. Then I had a DM who invited me into a game that, one, I wasn't up to, and two, he wasn't up to being a DM. And as much fun as I had been having up to that point, that kind of lost it for me. Yeah, the other side of the map creation is with what's been done with Doom in the last decade.
Yeah.
And the release that came out last month, or mid-late last month, the types of maps that I could have possibly put together in the late 80s, early 90s just don't play. All right. Just so you are aware, I have decided to try to maintain a regular schedule on Twitch. The plan is to be on Twitch, or streaming No Man's Sky, on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, starting at, 10 p.m. GMT for 4 hours. So feel free to drop by at any point in that, or any time there. And hopefully things will grow a little bit. My Sunday morning activity is because at the moment I get off work at 2 a.m. on Sunday. Now, if we can get that last life form here somewhere, I can get off this planet and go find, or go do the weekend Quicksilver mission, which I haven't done yet. I haven't even watched anybody else doing it. So, of course, that presumes it is still happening. I'm pretty sure it's on a rotation of just grab one of the regular Nexus missions and turn it into a Quicksilver for 1200 nanites and maybe bump up the difficulty just a little bit cycles. So something like that should not be difficult to have automated. This might be one of those, yeah, the only way to find the final life form is to just walk cross country for an hour. Well, I don't expect to be the oldest that you'll find. By any means. Okay. All right. I think we're mostly done with this one. Let's go get a Quicksilver mission done. Yep. I'm just 57, so... when I get to 66, maybe I'll be streaming on Fridays and Saturdays. Or maybe I'll be doing that later this year. We'll see. All right, we have a weekend mission. Unearth ancient bones. Okay. Time to grab a different starship. Okay. That's better for doing a get ancient bones mission. I will have to work on doing that. It's one of the integrations I need to add to OBS. And it needs to include the fact that I stream to both Twitch and YouTube. So and now that I'm in the No Man's Sky group on Twitch, or on Twitter, Twitter handle, if you're looking for it, is Rusty0101. Ah. I think that's something I'm supposed to be able to pull up here. Nah. I have 2 exotics in this save already. The one that came in with the when I created the save in the expedition, and another that I found along the way. I like the small round ones. And we have cadmium here, so I can't bring in my freighter. But I can bring it into the system we came from. So once I get done with this, I'll show off what I've completed or gotten in this save as far as starships. All right. Daylight. I hate digging for bones in the dark. I hate looking for bones in the dark. All right. Maybe I can actually do a quick pull down of them. So the hauler that I picked up from literally the very first Twitch rewards from watching Twitch. This is the yes, we're on a chromatic fog planet, so we don't get to see colors. The first exotic that came with the save. I like small shuttles, so I've got a small shuttle that has a lot of space in it. Golden Vector, a reward from first expedition. My other exotic, and then the Explorer that I was showing off in the first. And I've literally got this as it is to work on growing the Explorers. All right, so right off the bat, 900 and some odd U away. Ultimately, I'm going for a twin barrel Explorer with the lower profile. Well, there's times when you need to do that.
Incoming storm.
No more here. Okay. So 5 of 12. 330 U away. Come on. Oh boy. Okay, this is not where we're supposed to be. All right. Game just locked up. Close the program, which means I've lost the save. I don't know if it will let me resume or if it drops me back to the Nexus. I think it drops me back at the Nexus. We'll see. I mean, so far, this is not a bad Quicksilver mission. So, yeah, this save has 46 hours and 24 minutes in it. Worst case, I'm back at the Nexus. Best case, I'm on the mission. And get to go find those bones again. But I can live with that. In case anybody's wondering, I do play using a controller. This one is one of the Xbox controllers. I still got the box around here somewhere. I don't remember the brand name of the model on it. This one does have back paddles. I've lost one of the paddles controls. They pop off, which to me sounds like both a good and a bad idea. But in my case, it's a slightly bad idea in that I've got a vent drop right next to my game place, or where my gaming and work desk and stuff, and it looks like the paddle that's missing dropped down the game, or dropped down the air vent, which means at best I might be able to pick it up later. All right, we're back at the Nexus. Did we keep? Yep, we kept the hauler. All right. Now, I had a mission, or weekend mission, I want to say about 3 months ago, where I had to build an outpost that required me to collect a whole bunch of silica dust. And the game just would not let me collect all the dust. It would lock up about a third of the way through the amount of dust I needed, and I'd have to start all over again. Bit of a pain. It happens. Yeah, I've got a PS controller that I could play as well, but one of the problems I've run into is that to play the PS4 controller on PC, I have to jump through a couple extra hoops. That just don't happen to be worth it. And additionally, for the amount of the length of time I play, I mean, I'll occasionally stream for 12 plus hours. It kind of requires that I have the controller tethered, and I found that the USB cables just are not stable in the controllers. The Xbox controller, this one's using a USB-C cable that has support around the socket for it. So moving the controller around, which you're likely to do, doesn't end up causing the controller to unplug itself. On the other hand, this is not a controller that you can play under wireless with. I think there are a few wireless Xbox controllers, but Microsoft really hasn't got the charge capability or the power level or power management knocked down to where it needs to be. Yeah, and that's just on Steam. I've got another 1,000 hours plus on PS4. You might say I like the game. It might be considered an understatement. Do not awake. Despair, do not kiss ye. The ancient structure swings open, revealing body encased in ice. It is a patchwork of different body parts. Its ragged beak appears to have been stitched on with animal gut. Handwritten sign in the language of the ancient traders can be seen above the body's head. Some sort of fuel would most likely melt the ice. We'll abandon it. The panel on the monolith swings shut. The abomination remains trapped. I am thanked by the spirits that live in this place. All right. Okay. I've entered you away. Probably the worst situation I ran into with saves and stuff was when Expedition 2 came out. One of the things I was doing with the laptop that I was streaming from, besides streaming, was I was recording episodes, recording what I was streaming. And what they don't tell you, or forget to remind you, is that it consumes a lot of storage space, and I ran out of storage. And in the process of discovering this, I corrupted my save files. Yeah, someday I may end up buying a PS5, but I have enough trouble with figuring out where I'm going to put the new mixer in here. I just ordered a new mixer for my space. I am playing on one computer, streaming from another with a USB capture card. Actually, it's got two USB capture cards plugged into it. One for the game capture, and the other to capture the video from my Canon Nixa HD webcam, or well, HD camcorder. Okay, so I'm blowing by these apparently.
Incoming storm.
Okay, we are where we were when I crashed last time. Ah, too far away. Come on. Well, if you've got a PC that can play No Man's Sky, in my experience, it's very likely that it will be capable of both playing No Man's Sky and streaming. Ultimately, you'll want to get a new or a second PC to stream from, because, as I say, well, no, not as I say, mostly because it'll give you a more reliable streaming setup. All right. I'm not sure I'm happy with the way that's treating. Ah, actually your PS5 should be able to stream just fine. And yeah, it's webcam or cameras for the PS5 are not difficult to get. If you want to stream separately, that's a entirely doable activity. Unfortunately, laptops or gaming PCs that will allow you to do that are a little expensive. It's going to run you more than the cost of that PS5. But very often you can get a decent camera, or not camera, a decent or desktop computer that you can drop a hold on, select this. Yeah. All right. Well, I've got space there.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Um, where did I put that box? There it is. get something like a Quadro Pro 4000 or P400. It's not a card that you game with, but it is a card that you capture video with. Well, or you encode video. It has the NVEC encoder components. Hey, we could find another starship. Before I do that, let's highlight that so we don't lose it. Hey, dude. You're not doing anything to check on these things, eh? $35, $8. That's adding 3, adding 3, adding. Oh. 2, 3. Added 7.
Meow.
8. So let's go with something the last 2. That should get us 34. Okay. Stress beacon. All right. We'll go take care of that later. All right. There were a lot of signals back towards that building. Yeah, target lines. Over 1,000 views. 8 of 12, so I just need to find someplace with 4. Or or 2 places with 2 or more. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the only downside of streaming directly from a PS5 or a PS4, in my case, was that you could only stream to one system, whether it was YouTube or Twitch or at the time mixer or whatever it was that Microsoft was running. There's also a there was someplace else. But oh, a lot of people like to stream to Facebook, but PS5 or Sony and Facebook came to a disagreement, and it's no longer an option there. Which disappointed a large number of Final Fantasy 14 players. My sister-in-law plays that. Yep. My graphics are all, well, the screen counters, or the viewer counters at the top left there, are from what do they call it? Streamlabs. Their counter works just fine under OBS. I'd much rather be using a different counter, but one of the things that came up recently is there's a device now you can get on Amazon or elsewhere. I think it's called the YOLO box. Stupid name, but one of the things you can do with it is you can feed it basically any HDMI stream or feed, and it will stream that to you or to wherever you'd like it to. And there's now a third-party service that has that does the graphics for you. So you basically feed it a stream, it supplies the graphics, and then restreams it out to whatever service you want to. Could even be Restream.io. And it has all the cool graphics that you might want. Various counters. You can set up bottom third banners, things like that. Okay, so we're heading over here first. Let's see if we like the starship there. Once you've done that, basically for me, I've got OBS streaming into Restream.io, and Restream.io is streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel. It works just fine. And then I use the Restream. Part of the reason I use that, as opposed to, I've got a Nginx RTMP restreamer in my basement right now on a virtual server. Part of the reason I use Restream.io as opposed to that is that Restream.io will let me then merge all the chats. And one of the problems I was running into with Restream.io, if I did not stream through Restream, was that it couldn't access the YouTube chat. So I would be able to or copy all the chats that I do except YouTube would go or would be mirrored together, and I'd have to have a separate window with my YouTube chat going, and that got to be just as much more of a distraction than anybody needs. And so I decided, let's go with Restream, because I wasn't finding anybody else that was doing it at a cost that I was comfortable with. Additionally, I pulled the trigger on the profile I've got, or the type of Restream I've got, because they had a sale on Black Friday. Okay, somebody's been here before. It is a fighter, small. The variety of fighter I like, but in size small, B-17, I do not think I'm going to get it. Ah. Well, we can even power up. All right. Now let's go find Polo's contact. Get away from the Sentinel first. Oh, hell.
Secure transmission module located.
Okay. There we go. "21 seconds away." Hey. And the bane of our process here. There we go. All right. Hey, more nanites. Thought I had some of those. Oh, well, it's the right volume. You can move it over here. All right, time to blow this popsicle stand, as my uncle used to say. My dad was more civilized. Hey, there's an encrypted mission, too. They are fleeting, though. If you're not interested in, or if you don't catch it when it's there. Wait for the okay, that seems odd. I am unable to access Nexus missions at the moment. Oh, inventory is full. Well, let's do something about that. There we go. Got the Warpiper core. Let's put that where it might be of use. And actually, this needs to be over here. Actually, it needs to be someplace else. Okay, the Relat a Star Crystal and units for a encrypted mission. No, I don't think so. Scarlet Skies, Quicksilver for killing pirates. Well, and I've got all the slots I can get at this point, so let's summon the Golden Vector. We're going to kill pirates. Better make sure that they have a chance to demonstrate their prowess. All right, pirate activity detected. In my experience, it is usually off by the space station. What do you know? It's off by the space station. Not what I wanted to do. One of the things I discovered way too late is that with the cargo pack, our cargo slots, you can put twice as many batteries, twice as many life support cells into the backpack as or into a cargo slot as you can into a normal slot. And that makes a lot of difference.
Hostile ships approaching.
Additionally, everything that you might be putting one of the elements into. Just, we'll take either battery or the life support gel.
Hostile ships approaching.
Which means you no longer have to carry those elements like deoxide, etc. You can store them in slots in a freighter. And they become useful for building things, but you don't have to, and repairing things, but you don't have to haul them around with you all over the place. Okay, where did the Nexus go? There it is. Suddenly I was aiming at a comm ball and going, no, that's not where we want to go. Probably should have been a little bit more particular about where I called the Nexus in at. I don't remember the asteroid field being there. Yeah, I haven't done any of the Atlas mission on this save, so don't have any of the stones. So, 1550 Quicksilver. What other Quicksilver missions have we got? No. Oh, 831 activated cadmium, huh? That'll work. Now the question is, does it take me to a new system for that? Because it doesn't need to. This system has activated cadmium in it. Like I said, activated cadmium. We just have to find it. Hey, drop through. At least that's no longer killing you. I remember when that happens. Activate Academy, 192 U. This looks like it might be a dirty pit, but I'm good with that. Well, actually, no, this looks like a good pit. No, about the closest I get to that is I enjoy following Ray in his the photos he takes. I've got a base in Captain Steve's community spot, whatever you want to call it. As a matter of fact, he did a review of it. It was one of those, he gets out of his starship, sees part of what I've done, heads off in a direction, follows the teleport, or the local teleport modules, ends up at a certain spot, turns around and says, "Where the heck did that come from?" Because he completely missed the building I had built.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Which was fun to watch. But I did that on PS4, so it's been a little while since I did that. And I have not been back to do much more than I did some tidying up on PS4 shortly after. But it has an activated indium mine on it. Plus, I believe, oxygen.
Incoming storm.
So anybody who wants to go to it, they're welcome to. And it's in it's on a planet in the core system, because I got there early on. Hey, we're more than halfway there. Yeah, Steve's is set up actually on a periphery, out on the edge of the galaxy in Euclid. I think he was trying to point people to some of the lore that said that the attack of the Sentinels would come from the periphery, or from the edge. And was setting up a space where people could be preparing for the invasion and be ready to take them on. Okay, this site is mostly played out, so I do need some phosphorus. But I'm looking to complete this first. I may be able to buy the phosphorus that I need elsewhere. Okay, activated cadmium does not seem to be readily available here. Okay. Hey, Joss. Alright, I need to find some more activated cadmium. The bad part is, I can't get it from my freighter, and I've got it in my freighter. I need to build, or to collect more frigate salvage modules to boost up the capabilities of my freighter. All right.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Okay, I've got another option here. Let's try the save beacon. See if it's at a base. Specifically a base with a refiner. Actually, that's not going to help me. Never mind. You cannot refine activated cadmium. Yeah, I'm not active on Reddit. I've been following him on Twitter. Reddit was one of the, or is one of those services that I just didn't catch or didn't get in at a time when it was how do I say it? When it would work for me. There we go. Thank you. It It is important to remember that when you are harvesting something that you need to harvest a lot of, you set your collection size to small. It collects more over time this way. All right, under 100 to go. You get, or you take or you can harvest larger chunks with the
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
terrain manipulator in large mode, but you don't get as much for it. All right, that has collected that.
Additional data received.
Flat surface. There.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Planetary Archive. Bypassing to go to a trade post. Ah, well. Yeah. Fortunately, I don't need the teleport to save or cut that time down, but wait for it to reload or to load up. Do a loop-de-loop. All right, we got our landing rings. Yeah, I've tried to play a couple other games with not a lot of luck. I don't hold it against them, just they didn't keep my appeal. All right. I've heard good things about a couple of other games, but I really do think it's one of those things where you really kind of have to decide if the big model that they came up with fits with what you want to do and play. What is it? Elite Dangerous, I think, is one of the other ones I've heard good things about. Unfortunately, of course, it's limited to one galaxy as opposed to 255. Okay. Yep. But at the same time, it's a different variety of game. Nothing wrong with it, just it's different. All right. It's still showing I've got 3 Quicksilver missions I could do. But my weekend mission is now gone. Don't need drop pod coordinate data. Don't need any of these. Alright. So we've got 1,800 nanites, or about Quicksilver. Probably worth hanging on to for the night, or for the day. Let's pop back to the system I was in, call in my freighter, and then I think I'm going to call it a day. After all, I did 8 hours of work sitting at a desk before this. Probably be a good idea for me to get some sleep before I stream tonight at 5 o'clock Central Time. 6 Eastern, 4 Mountain Daylight, 3 Pacific. I did the weekend mission before you joined in, John? Sorry. Or Jason? Well, you can always pull up my, or watch the stream from the beginning. Do be aware that this stream has been going now for 2 hours and 26 minutes. And it's only been the last hour that the Quicksilver missions were done. Or the weekend mission was done. It's a decent mission. And let's let the fleet come in. I've not modified the appearance of my freighter. I did replace the freighter I had earlier. So once I'm done with the save, you should be able to pull the this stream back up and watch from the beginning, and probably jump forward, and basically just do the forward jumps until you get to the or to the point where I'm at the Nexus or Space Anomaly. So, kind of like this starship. There's another one I've had in the past that I've liked a little bit better, but this one's good. This is not even the smallest of the variety of shuttles that I've seen in this save, but it's small enough. Because, yes, you can load them up with lots of offensive weaponry, especially when you add slots. And yes, hyperdrive range 1326U with just these two hyperdrive, or no, those aren't even hyperdrive. Yeah, these two S-class hyperdrive modules. So I will keep adding slots to it. But if I really need to go far, that's the one for now. We'll add more slots to it later. And this one I've got specifically to upgrade for explorers. How about if I go to my storage slots? That's where I had that. I think I've got all of these that I can have. Yep. Okay, this needs another magnetic resonator.
Product constructed.
One of these. Oh, didn't need another of those. Well, let's toss that into storage. Let's fix these up.
Component prepared. Component prepared. Component prepared. Component prepared. Component prepared.
Yeah, it really is pretty much the reason to hang on to a freighter is you do like how it looks or what you want to do. It to me is more it does what I'm looking for out of the game. I mean, this is hardly max slots. It's nowhere near max for even with the this as a B class. So if I find this as a S class, maybe I'll upgrade to it. I've got more technology to learn and grow. And that's mostly going to take collecting more of the frigate salvage salvage frigate modules, which I will. I'm not concerned about that. Yep. I'm at the point of getting ready to set this one up as a farm. Haven't really needed it yet. And with everything I've been collecting, I've got the resources now to basically turn raw materials into the plants just through the refiner. The downside to that is you lose the raw materials versus having a farm. I can live with that. All right, that's everything there. I need to recover resources from here. Okay, that cleans that up a little bit. So yeah, I can already merge these. The one that I don't have at this point is the gamma rip to make the lubricant, and then I can make another living glass and work with that to boost up or build up other things. All right. Not a big fan of having leftovers. I keep envisioning the day that having leftover runaway mold will start eating some of your other stuff. I mean, can you imagine the horror that would cause people? I didn't intend to lose all of that stuff. All right. I keep a cache of these. In my freighter. This is in the freighter because I've got a full cache of that material back here. and a full cache of it here. Everything's got 10 of. Far too many of the nav data sitting out there now. Probably should restock that a little bit. All right, let's check. Don't think I've got anything sitting in here that I need to worry about. Nope. Oh yeah, and I mean, I don't have all of the S-class hyperdrive stuff for this one, but even with what I've got, it's only 255 as opposed to over 1,000 in the other exotic. All right, I did collect some things that need to be parsed out. Yep, don't need it there. And then we'll do a quick tour of what I've got upstairs. What my setup is. I've got 3 fleet management rooms on this side, 3 on this side. No modifications towards the cockpit bridge. We've got a nutrient processor here. Most of my builds I end up putting about 4 nutrient processors here because they are a decent way to make nanites if I want to. 5 refiners. And yes, I can put in more if I need to. Bunch of barrels, building barrels and damaged boxes. Some carbon. Space to, I'm going to grow or add another row of spaces to the back there for added farm space. But then all the storage units are going over here or over here. Add the ability to call down or call in any of my exocraft. And that's it. Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. Having a great time. Hopefully you enjoyed as much as I did. Going to do again 4 hours later this evening. It's what, 6 o'clock now, so 11 hours from now. Between then or now and then, I need to see about getting some sleep, and we'll see how things go. Thanks, everybody. Take care.